advice on personal foot care, how to take care of someone else's feet. This film is to give you some guidance on how to look after someone else's feet. Having feet that are in good working order is important no matter what age a person is. Well cared for feet can improve their comfort, mobility, confidence, independence, and have an impact on their overall quality of life. It's important that as people get older, that they can continue to get the most out of life and that they can carry out all the activities that are important to them. What is personal foot care?
Personal foot care is the term we use for what a healthy adult would normally do for themselves for their own feet if they are able to. You can do a lot to keep your own feet in good condition. This includes checking that your feet are in good order, keeping your feet clean, providing skin care such as applying moisturiser to dry skin, keeping your toenails at a good length, choosing and wearing good fitting footwear, and getting help if you notice a problem.
Why is good foot care important to you?
It means you can climb, you can walk, you can, well, just exist.
Well, I'm on my feet for most of the day because I'm really quite active, so I do a lot of walking about in the course of a day, so having good feet is really important.
Well, I just find that if your feet are sore, you can be in a bad mood. Like, if your feet are comfortable and it makes you feel better. That's all.
If your feet's alright, you can walk about, you know.
Grandchildren, and they keep me very active and very busy.
And I enjoy walking anyway, you know. I've always been a walker over the years, with dogs, etc.
Checking that feet are in good order. Get to know the feet of the person you're caring for and know what is normal for them. It's best to do this when there is good natural light or in a well-lit room. If they have diabetes, make sure that they get a healthcare professional to check their feet once a year as part of their annual diabetes review. Have a look at the top, the sole of the foot, the heel, and the toes, and in between the toes. Are there any cuts or sores? Is there any blood or fluid leaking from a sore area? Look out for any changes, such as redness, swelling, or bruising. How are their toenails looking? They might be thick or thin, yellow or mottled or clear. Are they flaky or dusty? Do they feel sharp, rough, too long, or just right? How does their skin feel? Run your hand round the back of their heel. Does it feel smooth, or is it rough or cracked? Do their feet feel warm or cold? Are there any painful areas on their foot? Now, do their other foot. To try and see any problems quickly, you should try and check their feet every day. If you have any concerns or are worried about their feet, contact their podiatrist if they attend one, or their GP. Keeping feet clean. Wash their feet every day if you can. If they are unable to get into the shower or bath regularly, it may be easier to wash their feet using a plastic basin. Before you start, make sure you have everything you need beside you. Some mild soap, a soft brush such as a nail brush, and a clean dry towel. Fill the basin half full of warm water. Get them to sit comfortably in a chair and place both their feet in the water. Use the soap to lather up and clean all areas of the feet, making sure you get in between their toes. Use the soft brush to rub over their nails. Try not to soak their feet for too long. No more than 10 minutes is the rule. Otherwise, you will dry out the skin. Dry both feet carefully, taking care to pat dry in between their toes. If you find it difficult to dry in between their toes, you could try using cotton buds or folded cotton wool pads. Skin care. You can remove small patches of hard or rough skin from their feet by using a foot file or pumice stone. Gently rub the affected area in one direction. Moist or sweaty skin needs a different approach. It's natural for feet to sweat, however sometimes this can be excessive. Sweaty feet can cause an odour, with with the skin between the toes becoming white and damp. That's why it's important to wash and dry their feet thoroughly every day. After their daily wash, use cotton wool that is wet with some surgical spirit to dab all areas of their feet, including between their toes. Cutting and filing toenails.
The tools that you will need to cut and file toenails are nail clippers and a nail file or emery board. It's a personal preference whether someone likes their toenails cut or filed. When cutting and filing someone else's nails, you will firstly need their permission to do this and ask what they prefer. Also, it's important to wash and dry your hands before you start and when you finish. Remember that preventing the spread of germs is very important, and this is why they should have their own personal nail clippers and file and keep them for their use only.
Here are some things that you might like to include in a personal foot care kit. There are some nail clippers, a range of emery boards, they all do pretty much the same thing, and also a foot file. You might find it helpful to keep these things together, either in a plastic box or in a sealed plastic bag.
Sit facing the person and place a paper towel on your lap. Lift and raise the person's foot onto this. If possible, have the light source from a window or lamp shining on the person's feet. If the person is unable to raise their leg onto your lap, it may be easier if they sit in their bed with their legs outstretched, with you sitting on a chair or stool at the end of the bed. To cut nails, make several small clips or nibbles on the nail with the tip of the nail clippers. Cut the nails following their natural shape. Aim to have the final length of the nail just below the tip of each toe. Avoid cutting down the sides of nails, as this can leave the surrounding skin uncomfortable. Remove any rough edges using the nail file or emery board. File the nails in the direction away from the ankle or in a sideways motion from the sides to the centre of each nail. Thickened nails should be filed in the length and the thickness. It's easier to file toenails when they're dry. When you're finished, wash your hands and dispose of the nail clippings. To keep the personal foot care toolkit clean and in good order, wash metal or plastic items in warm soapy water after use. Rinse in clear hot or cold water and allow to dry thoroughly before storing back in their plastic box or bag. Filing toenails. The person you are caring for may prefer to have their nails filed, and this will avoid the need to clip the nails. Filing nails once a week will keep them at a reasonable length. It's easier to file nails when they are dry. File the nails in the direction away from the ankle or in a sideways motion from the sides to the centre of each nail. Thickened nails should be filed in the length and the thickness. Footwear. Footwear means shoes, slippers, socks and tights, anything that is worn on the feet. A good shoe should support and protect the foot and allow natural movement during walking. People should wear shoes that are suited to the activity that they are doing. Poorly fitting footwear can cause problems such as corns, calluses and ingrowing toenails. There are some top tips for good footwear. The upper should be made of leather or breathable, natural or synthetic materials with seam-free linings. The toe box at the front of the shoe should be deep and roomy to prevent pressure on the toes and on the joints at the side of the foot. The heel should be no more than 3 centimetres or 1.5 inches high and be broad enough to provide stability. The sole should be flexible and cushioned with a good grip. The shoe should be fastened securely to the foot by laces, Velcro or a strap and buckle. The more mobile a person is, the more important it is to have supportive footwear. Shoes should be worn where possible. Encourage the person you're caring for to only wear their slippers for a short time before their bed and a short time when they get up in the morning. Slippers with a Velcro strap can be more securely fixed to the foot to provide support. Like shoes, make sure they are wide and deep enough to prevent pressure on the toes.
Make sure socks and tights are not too tight or pulled up too tight cutting into the skin. They should be able to wiggle their toes. If they have swollen ankles, avoid socks with elasticated tops and encourage them to get their feet up on a stool for part of the day. Socks should contain a high proportion of natural materials such as cotton or wool. This allows sweat to evaporate from the skin. Wear wool socks in winter time for warmth, and wear cotton socks in the summertime for coolness and comfort.
These are some foot problems that might cause some concern. Things to look out for are if a toe, the skin around the nails, or part of the foot is red, hot, swollen, or painful. If you notice a sore on a person's foot, or if there is any blood or pus present. If you see any of these problems, or if you're worried about the feet of someone you're caring for, contact their local NHS podiatry department or their GP practice for advice. If you're looking for general information on foot care, have a look at the NHS Inform website, or ask at your local NHS podiatry department or pharmacy. A summary of the key points. Personal foot care is the term we use for what a healthy adult would normally do for their own feet if they are able to. Some people, however, will need help with personal foot care, and these films provide information and guidance to assist you to look after someone else's feet well. We have described personal foot care and what that means, how to check that a person's feet are in good order, how to care for a person's skin, how to cut a person's toenails, how to file a person's toenails, top tips for good footwear, and what to do if you notice a problem with a person's feet. Useful websites. These films have been developed by the Scottish Government to assist people and anyone looking after the feet of others to be confident in providing personal foot care. Sincere thanks to everyone involved in the production and development of these films, with particular thanks to staff and media students James Livingston, Maxine MacDonald and Aidan Kerr from the Centre of Performing Arts at Reed Kerr College in Paisley, and to staff from NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde.